Hey guys, JV here with Level Up Gaming, welcoming you to our very first news show of the year, where we pick our favorite bits of video game news over the past week and share them with you. Starting us off, we have new Mass Effect Andromeda gameplay and a release date from CES 2017. So last night at the NVIDIA keynote, there was 2 minutes of new Mass Effect Andromeda gameplay and the release date of March 21st of this year, 2017. So we're looking at only 10 weeks away from the next Mass Effect. I don't know about you guys, but I love Mass Effect. I played so much over my childhood, and just to see the next iteration of Mass Effect is really exciting for me, and it's definitely something that I plan to cover a lot on this channel. There's been a lot of chatter about the game being delayed, and honestly, if you look at what game developers have done more recently, of course, with Bethesda and Fallout 4, they announced that game at E3, and it came out that year, like 6 months later. And so, or 5 months later, I don't think that's going to be a problem with this game. A lot of people are saying, oh yeah, I'm expected to get delayed into 2018. I just don't see that happening. And a lot of people are wondering, oh, well, we only got 2 minutes of gameplay from CES. We only got a little bit before that. What's the problem? I don't think there is much of a problem. Honestly, if they give us this release date, it's only 10 weeks away. I don't think there's nothing to be worried about right now. I'm sure we're going to get a lot more gameplay. In fact, BioWare devs have confirmed that there is going to be more gameplay released before the game comes out. So I would just say stop panicking. Everything is smooth. Everything's going to be great. I'm really excited for the game. In terms of what was shown, there was 30 seconds of the Tempest flying through the space, which is really awesome. Gives me great memories of watching the Normandy and Commander Shepard and the original trilogy. There's about 40 seconds of menu, which is really nice. You get to see what's going on with the class system and your squad mates and what that whole interface is going to look like. And then there was about 40 seconds of combat using some of those abilities that were messed around with in the squad menu. Everything looks super smooth, and it feels like Mass Effect is getting updated for the new generation. A lot of people don't like change. I want to welcome this change with Mass Effect, and that's why I'm really excited for the game. There is a little more controversy. People are worried about the class system in Andromeda and the fact that there's no concrete selectable classes. So everyone's going to kind of start out the same and then build up to a certain point. Almost more like Skyrim than, Mass Effect traditionally has been. And honestly, I just don't think that this trailer shows us enough for us to be panicking right now. I think we need to learn a lot more about how this system works before we come to, some crazy doomsday judgment about how bad the classes are going to be. So I am pleasantly optimistic. Also, I know I said I wasn't going to do any trailer footage on this channel, but I'm so excited about Mass Effect. I'm such a big fan that I may do a trailer rewind over the weekend. So depending on what you guys say in the comments below, we may or may not do that here on the channel. In Overwatch news, over the past week, we've got pretty much 3 big things. First off, Oasis, which is the new map. It's beautiful. It's so fun to play. I made a new map overview here on the channel, so if you missed that, link in the description below. But beyond that, we have the announcement of a Roadhog nerf. So finally, Roadhog is going to be nerfed, and it's all about his hook. Jeff Goodman of the Overwatch team lined out the Roadhog changes in an official Blizzard blue post on one of their forums. First off, the hook is going to land the victims right in front of Roadhog. I know there's countless times as a Roadhog, I play him a lot on elimination, where I hook somebody and then they land in a wonky spot that doesn't make a lot of sense. Instead of just pulling from where the hook was thrown, players are going to land right in front of Roadhog, which is just going to make it feel a lot more consistent. The second thing is that there's a line of sight check, and Roadhog won't be able to hook targets that he can't see. So when you're hooking people around corners, as in the current form in the game right now, that's not going to happen as much, because if Roadhog can't see the target and he throws that hook, you're just not going to hook anybody. So there is going to be that line of sight check. Additionally, there's a persistent line of sight check. So if Roadhog ends up hooking somebody and they run around a corner in that split second, then they're not going to be hooked around the corner, because the game again is going to calculate in real time, oh, they're around a corner, the line of sight is broken, therefore the chain is going to break and unhook. Goodman says that Roadhog should feel weaker overall, which in my book means nerf. So I think this definitely will be a Roadhog nerf, and I'm sure it'll take a little bit of time for Roadhogs to adjust, but hopefully I'm sure the Overwatch team is anticipating people to complain at first and then kind of get the hang of it and get, Roadhog back where he needs to be. Also in the past week, Blizzard finally fixed the May wall glitch on the Echo Point Antarctica elimination map, and I know I ran across people trying to exploit that glitch a lot. I reported every single person that I came across because I just don't want people messing with my game. Finally, Blizzard fixed that and also sent out a warning saying hopefully the people that were doing that won't be playing anymore much longer. So basically, don't mess with Blizzard's game. The Overwatch team is going to ban you. Also out of CES, we got news of Sony's giant sales numbers with the PS4. They've reached 53.4 million console sales as of January 1st of 2017. And of course, as we know to date, especially with the bad PR of the Xbox One and the Kinect being forced down the throats of consumers, I know I got a Kinect when I first bought an Xbox One in 2013. The PS4 is leading the Xbox One. Unfortunately, Microsoft hasn't released up-to-date numbers. We do know that over the course of 2016, Xbox One kind of made a resurgence with the Xbox One S, which personally surprised me, even though I've got one. I think a lot of that has to do with the price cut of the Xbox One, which was obviously bumped down when they removed the Kinect, and so sales were getting a little bit better, but overall the PS4 is just way out ahead, and now it's bumped back into the #1 spot in terms of hardware sales. Sony also announced the sales for Uncharted 4, which have reached 8.7 million copies as of late last year, and that's just really awesome to see because it's such a good game. It got the #2 spot in my top 10 games of 2016. So I just love to see games that are really good that I love do very well. So to wrap up the video, we're going to talk about new releases that are coming in the next week. And the only one that we have is on January 10th for Hatsune Miku Project Diva Future Tone, which is an arcade rhythm game that was originally released in 2010. So probably not going to be seeing that on the channel. That's it. So this is definitely one of the drier parts of the year in terms of new games coming out. And finally, Nintendo announced a date for their Nintendo Treehouse live stream where they're going to unveil a lot more Nintendo Switch news. That's going to be January 13th, and we definitely will cover it here on the show. So I expect to look at the box for the Nintendo Switch, an actual release date, an actual price point, some of the launch games, the titles that we're going to be playing when the Switch comes out, early this year. So expect a lot from that, and we're definitely going to cover it here on the show. All right, guys, that's it for our very first news show, but I'd like to hear from you all. What are your thoughts on the Mass Effect Andromeda gameplay that was just released at CES 2017? Again, it's very fresh, it's very short, but I'd love to hear what you're thinking. Do you like the abilities? What's going on with switching different implants to change what class the Pathfinder Rider is going to be? Let me know what you guys are thinking with the new Mass Effect Andromeda gameplay in the comments below.
Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for constant updates on when we're uploading new content. Check out our website at levelupgmg.com, where you'll find complete libraries of every single video we upload moving into the future. Also, if you're feeling generous, consider supporting us further through our Patreon. Becoming a patron allows you to engage with us further and unlock exclusive content like monthly Q&A videos. So visit our Patreon if you'd like to learn more. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and click subscribe if you haven't already for more tips and tricks and gaming related videos. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time here on Level Up Gaming.